Jamie Stokes from Willow Page Frank here. We're going to do a video today on selling your home. So the market is changing. If you've watched any of my other previous videos, you know the market's changing and it's doing so at a very quick pace. So what can you do to sell your home quicker and get more interest in your home? So first off, you're going to hire a realtor. Your realtor absolutely needs professional photos. They can't be, cell phone pictures or whatever they're doing. They need to hire a professional to come in and take proper photos. That's step one. Photos are very important. It can make the difference between high interest and low interest in your home. So I've seen photos taken by realtors with cell phones. It's extremely unprofessional. I've never done it. I never would do it. But when you're getting paid decent money to sell somebody's home, you need to put out a little bit extra in costs, and it will come back tenfold. So photo packages typically aren't very expensive. They can run a few $100, or if you want to do a video tour or something like that, they can run you, 500, maybe even a little bit more. So the cost for photos isn't extravagant, and they're worth their weight in gold. The first thing people see online, and that's where everybody's looking to buy houses, is online. So the first thing that they want to see is proper photos. There's not going to be any interest if you have blurry cell phone photos. The next thing you're going to do is have proper curb appeal. So, driving by the house, you want to have nice landscaping. You want the outside of the house to be clean. No garbage around. The yard needs to be maintained, grass cut. This is very important. Even go so far as having nice flowers or gardens, and make sure the front looks absolutely perfect when driving by. The next thing is staging. I know not everybody wants to do staging. I don't remember what the statistic is off the top of my head, but there is a statistic for how much you'll actually gain by staging your house versus not staging your house. So these stagers come in, they have all their own furniture, photos, things to hang on the wall, little decor accent pieces, things like this, and those things are very, very important. I think, adding staging, you can definitely add thousands of dollars onto your listing, the sale price, just by staging. So staging can be expensive. Typically, it's not overkill. I highly, highly recommend staging. I know it's not in the budget for everybody. Sometimes your realtor will have a deal worked out. Sometimes we have different packages, but I would highly recommend staging your home. The next thing is inside your home needs to be very, very clean. Good smells. The first turnoffs that I hear from people when walking into a new house when showing it is that the house smells like smoke, or it smells like animals, dogs or cats or whatever. So if you have pets, make sure the place is vacuumed very well. It's very clean. The floors are mopped. No funky smells in the house whatsoever. No old garbage, nothing like that. If you have garbage, take it to the dump or put it out in the garage if need be. But no funky smells in the house. No smoking in the house. If somebody has been smoking in the house and owned it for years, typically we have to rent an ozone machine, which cleans out, filters out all the air that's in there. Painting. That's the next thing I'm going to get into, is upgrades for your house. So best bang for your buck, hands down, no argument, is paint. Painting the walls a nice neutral color, or like a gray like I have behind me here, maybe lighter, depends on the size of the room and different things like that, or the flooring. You have to be careful not to get carried away with doing too many renovations or painting crazy colors in your house, because this will turn buyers off. You can renovate your entire house, the kitchen or bathrooms or whatever. The main room in the house these days is the kitchen. That's where everybody gathers. That's where everybody cooks. So kitchens should be upgraded and should look nice. If it's not within your budget or means to upgrade the kitchen, that's perfectly fine. You can lose money when upgrading things as well. I've seen it before. People will put, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 renovating their kitchen or redoing floors or something like that, and buyers will come through and they'll look at the place and they'll just say, I don't like the colors in here. I don't like the type of flooring. I don't like the countertops. I don't like the color of the cupboards. And these things, they can be changed. So I want to say be careful what you put in for upgrades. Definitely you can lose money on that. So careful on your upgrades. If you have outdated light fixtures, those are a great thing. Or light switches, those are a great thing to replace as well. They're not overly expensive. You can pick up cheap light fixtures at Home Depot or something like this for maybe $30 a piece, something like that. If you can replace those if they're very outdated. Paint, light fixtures, light switches, something that people are very very curious about when buying and selling a house is the roof. When were the shingles last redone? What type of roofing is it? What's the warranty on it? When were they done? Who did it? They're usually going to ask information on your roof. So if you have receipts for it or you have information on that, make sure you have that prepared. Another thing is the furnace and AC, depending on when that was replaced. All of these things have a life expectancy, so somebody doesn't want to buy a house, be cash poor, and not be able to afford a new furnace or AC if they break down. Hot water tank is another. I see a lot of hot water tank rentals. It's cool if it's owned. It's cool if it's rented. It doesn't really matter. I think hot water tank rentals aren't such a bad thing because if you have any issues with it, you can call the company, come in and replace it or repair it free of charge because you're paying monthly for that. And it's typically about $35 a month for a hot water tank rental. So your backyard, same goes for your front yard. You need to make sure that it's very well maintained. Grass is cut. You don't have dead grass everywhere. You have nice flowers. It doesn't hurt to have a barbecue and a patio set back there. When people come through a house, they want to look at the house and they want to picture themselves living there. So if you set up a nice backyard and it looks like it's great for entertaining, not everybody does do entertaining, but a lot of people do. Especially when they buy a new house, they want to invite family and friends over. Somebody on my street just moved in and they've had company over every single weekend, and they've been here for a couple months now. So congratulations to them. But it just shows that people want to show off their new house. I believe the new neighbors, they moved from Toronto from a condo, so good for them. They bought a house and they've had company over. Rather than people trying to party at condos or whatever, they've got a nice backyard. They can have barbecues. They can have lots of people over, and backyard is an entertainment. I don't want to say this word because everybody overuses it, but an oasis, right? You want nice plants back there, barbecue, patio set, grass cut, live grass. You don't want it to look like a desert in the backyard or the front yard. It looks very, very bad. So water your grass, keep it maintained, your gardens, everything like that. Funky smells I touched on. It doesn't hurt to have air fresheners in your house. Some of them can be overpowering. You can put one of those Glade wax melter thingies in. I use those sometimes. Good smells, though. You definitely want the place smelling good and clean. I can't stress this enough. I've gone into many houses where the place, you look at the walls and all you can see is black handprints all over everything from dirty hands. Same as on the fridge, the appliances, the counters. Have your countertops clutter-free. People, they want to imagine themselves cooking in there. A clean stove. Not everybody opens the stoves or the cupboards or things like that. Dishwasher. Everything needs to be spotless. If you have to, have a cleaning company come in and pay them for working several hours. Have a team of people come in and clean up your entire house. Carpets aren't popular. Not a lot of people like carpets, but make sure they're vacuumed and they are steam cleaned. So you don't want any stains in the carpets. Even having carpets will often significantly reduce your price that you get when you sell. So I don't necessarily recommend replacing carpets or redoing the flooring or anything like that. It depends on the overall condition of the house. But these things combined, they will help you get a better price for your home. the advice from your realtor, hopefully they're asking you if you want to do these things, or you know, showing the benefits of doing these things. It's a pretty big no-brainer. You know, people want to buy a house. It's not necessarily a new house. It could be, you know, 20, 30, 50 years old, whatever. It could be 2 years old, but it's new to them. So they want a nice place that's absolutely clean. One of the a place I sold recently, the seller had cleaners come in. She hired a cleaning company, and her house was absolutely spotless to begin with. To be honest, I don't know what she paid them for, because her house was so clean to begin with. But she actually paid the fireplace company to come in and clean her fireplace, inspect the fireplace, so it was all very fresh for the new owners. She had a duct cleaning company come in and clean out all the ducts, and these are people that I've known for a number of years, wonderful people, and she made sure everything was absolutely 100% ready for the new buyers to come in, and it was an excellent job. I give her I give her big brownie points for that. Not a lot of people care when they move out. Typically, there's garbage left behind. I know on some of my my own listings, I've had several times where sellers might be seniors and they're not really capable of cleaning the house afterwards. I'll arrange for a cleaning company to come in, or sometimes if there's not much there, I'll come in and remove some things myself and take it down to the dump. This is just kind of part of the job. Not all realtors do this. I find a decent amount of the realtors that I know, that I deal with, they're open to helping out and making sure deals close nicely, that there aren't any issues with garbage or anything like that when the seller moves out. So cooperation, again, like I say in most of my videos, you know, there needs to be cooperation here. Work together to make sure everybody is happy. A happy seller is a good thing, and a happy buyer is definitely a good thing. You don't want to have to go through lawyers because people moved out and left all kinds of garbage behind. So it's a good thing to get somebody to go over there and take a look the day before closing, just to see what kind of state the house is in, make sure there's no damage from moving, or certain things haven't been removed from the house that shouldn't be, or replaced with cheaper versions of things. So these are just things that you might want to consider when you're selling your house in order to get top dollar. Otherwise, you'll just get kind of what you get for it. So I would highly suggest staging, getting cleaners to come in. Sure, you can clean your place yourself, but if you don't have the time, typically people don't, get a professional cleaning company to come in and clean everything for you. Good smells, make sure the carpets, floors, walls, everything is good. Paint is fresh with trending colors. White's always is a good color on trims and things like that. Your walls can be gray or whatever, depends on the room and what kind of accents you have in there. But do these extra things and you'll definitely get more money for your house when you go to sell. Don't spend a fortune. You have to outweigh the pros and the cons of investing money back into the house. If you want to sell it as is, I don't always suggest doing that, but budget is a factor for a lot of people. So you do what you can with what you have, right? So get these things done if you can. You can do some of this yourself, paint yourself. Typically, if you're looking to sell, you don't want to drag the sale out. Be very cooperative with showings too. Most people are at work during the day, and they come home from work. They might want to just relax or whatever, but work with buyers. You're wanting to sell your house. So if somebody has a request for, I wouldn't say an odd hour, but after you come home from work, they just want to come through for a quick half hour or 15-minute showing, that should be okay. Work with them, let them do that. For more tips, follow my my videos. I talk about different real estate subjects. If you're looking to buy or sell anywhere in the GTA or in Canada or North America even, I have people I can highly recommend who are trusted agents, very good at what they do. So reach out. My telephone number is 289-927-5991, and my email is jamiestokesrealestate@gmail.com. Take care for now.